Namaste.
Uh, Namaskar, Pavanji. Welcome back. And I welcome myself and you together in our beautiful series that we are pursuing from the book Living Hanuman. It's for everyone to know that we are studying the Shri Hanuman Chalisa verse by verse, understanding the intricate meaning of the words that we have known in our life from our childhood, especially if you are living in India, and then understanding them and utilizing them for our everyday life. So today we are going to study the verse 2, which I'm just going to read out. Raam-dut atulit bal-dhāmā, anjani-putra pavan-sut nāmā. And you always give a direct English meaning of this, which is, O messenger of Rama, O home of infinite force, O deliverer from drama, O the breath, O the source. And we always have an endpoint, which is understanding it towards inwards, the meaning of this verse. He is the strength of my strength. I am the abode of his strength. I read this verse, Pavanji, like every time I study it before we have a session, for me to understand deeply and also to see queries that everyone would have possibly when they read through this. And there are two stories which in the middle I will take it up. They were so beautiful. I read it and I smiled and I thought I never looked at it in this perspective. So I will take them up when we are in the middle of a session. I would love if you would give a small meaning, quick meaning of this verse.
Okay. So, raam-dut atulit bal-dhāmā, anjani-putra pavan-sut nāmā. Raam-dut, very simple, messenger of Rama. So here Hanumanji is being addressed as messenger of Rama. Atulit bal-dhāmā, atulit, immeasurable. Bal means strength. So dhāmā means abode, reservoir. So Hanumanji is a messenger of Bhagwan Ram, and he is a reservoir of infinite strength. Now, first thing first, raam-dut. Now, here we have to, I have explained it here that it is not only Hanumanji is raam-dut. First of all, who is Ram? So Ram is not a Hindu god within quotes, whom Hindus make statue and put it in a temple and worship. He is a representation, but he is not it who is being referred to in this place as Ram. Rama, ramyanti iti Rama, that which pervades, that which ramyanti, that which ramas, which is pervasive. That which is pervasive, that which is in every cell, in every being. So Rama here represents the supreme being, the pervasive. Now he is pervasive, but he is not obvious. He is not obviously pervasive. So the messenger of that pervasive reality is Hanuman. Now in this case, what is that messenger? The first messenger of that pervasive reality is our breath. Through the breath, we are alive. Through the breath, we are connected with that consciousness. Through the breath, we understand that someone is alive and someone is conscious, whether it is a leaf of a grass or a human being or a dog or a pig. That is why in the next part of it, it says, raam-dut atulit bal-dhāmā, anjani-putra pavan-sut nāmā, son of Anjani and pavan-sut. Pavan means wind, sut means sun, son of Pavana. Pavana means the wind. The breath is born out of the wind. That breath. And that breath, number one, that breath is a messenger, a message from the pervasive reality that I am there. So I, you all are equally conscious. A dog, a bird is equally conscious because each one of us breathes. That is the common denominator. And the other thing is anjani-putra. Anjana also means corellium, kajal that we put in the eyes. Here, the kajal represents, the anjani represents knowledge. That cognition which is born out of knowing. So even if I'm not breathing, but if I know that I'm conscious, so not only breath is the messenger of Rama, but the cognition, the knowledge of the self is also the messenger of Rama. If you put them all together, put them both together, that becomes Hanuman. The breath, prana, and the knowledge of the self, these two together become Hanuman, who is the messenger of this all-pervasive.
That's okay. You know, when I was reading this, I read the part where you have spoken about raam-dut, and you mentioned the two very leading people who we have heard about in India, and also they have a huge social global impact as well. You know, Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa and Sri Neem Karoli Baba. And I love the way like you have transcended it by showing how the how a lot of people have been the leaders in leading, in being the raam-duts, in being the messengers. And then in the end of this paragraph of raam-dut, you say this beautiful line which I have highlighted. It says, but in this new millennium, God will incarnate as a wave of collective consciousness in minds such as yours and mine. And there will be a common cosmic software downloaded into each mind that wishes so and connects. Now, it is so important to understand that last three words, wishes so and connects. So if you start to seek and you open your heart space and your mind space to build a connection to receive, you will be the raam-dut. And I particularly found it so moving because, you know, everyone like in the Western world, we keep going, you know, God is within you, God is within you. But to simply believe that you are a messenger of God in any form, you know, no matter what form you are, no matter what gender, no matter what racial equation you come from, your ethnicity, but if you simply choose and wish to connect, you become the messenger of God. And that was really beautiful.
Not only connect, but to express.
Yes, you have
See,
written
God
the next
is,
line.
yeah. So you have to express God is within you,
Yeah.
which is reflected by the portion atulit, bal-dhaamaa. He is the reservoir of infinite strength. And that infinite strength is nothing else but God, the presence of God. That is infinite strength. So he's a reservoir of that. And he expresses that as a messenger. And what is that expression? Expression, number one, the vehicle of expression is the understanding of the common thread of breath that is commonly interweaving every living being, and a common cognition that we are one. Science is converging to that point of understanding in the field of quantum field mechanics and things like that. Another very fine point, which probably I have not mentioned in the book, is understanding of bala, strength. Now, in terms of physics, science, what is strength? So strength is the point of breakdown of a particular amount of force which is applied. So there are three types of breakdowns. One is a point where an external force can dent you or dent a system or dent a thing. When it will curve, it will lose its shape, it will crumple inside, crumbling under pressure. That is one strength. At what point you crumble? Other thing is, if there is a force of pull, at what point you scatter? And the third is how you move from your center, shearing. So with what amount of force can you resist till you will just shift from your center? So these three types are manifested in our own emotional strengths. And this is atulit bal-dhaamaa. Atulit. Atulit means incomparable and immeasurable, both. In terms of immeasurable, you can't even call it infinite, because if you call it infinite, then it is measurable. Because of measure, infinity is a measure of it. And when you say incomparable, it is not comparable to any kind of strengths or forces that we understand. You know, there are 4 types of forces: force of gravity, electromagnetic forces, weak forces, and strong forces that hold the whole universe together. This is not that force. This is not that strength of which he is the infinite reservoir of. So here, a hint that the strength here is not a physical strength. Strength is not of somebody having large muscles that Hanumanji is normally shown. A man with huge, big muscles and a big body like that who can lift a mountain. Yes, he can do that. But that is not what is being referred to here. The strength which will not shear, which will not crumble, which will not scatter under any pressure, from the central awareness on breath and the central cognition that of I am that, and I am the messenger of that. From that, the sense will not shear or scatter or crumble. That strength of immeasurable, infinite reservoir is Hanumanji. That is what is being referred.
Very, very beautifully explained. And there was one other part which was so cute in its own way in this verse. I don't know if you remember. I'm sure you remember. You've written the book, but there is this page where you say about on the stones was written Ram Ram, and you know I'm not sure if this truly happened, but if this happened, it must have been so. So it just would have been such a divine interaction between them, where you have written that that all the Vanars were writing Ram Ram on the stone and creating the bridge for Sri Ram to go to Lanka to get Sita Ma back. And then Sri Ram asked, "Tell me, dearest, why is it that when a simple Vanar drops a stone in the sea, it floats? But when I drop a stone in the sea, it sinks?" And your reply, I think I've only highlighted just the reply. It says, Sri Hanuman promptly replied, "Oh Lord, whoever you drop from your hands has no choice but to sink." And that was, we all know this part if we have read the Hanuman, and we have attended all the the Ram Leelas. We know that they wrote Ram Ram, but to look at it from this perspective was just refreshing is the right word, and it was truly beautiful. And then towards the end of this, you have given a yoga pose, the pavan-muktasana, which I think truly after eating heavy lunches, eventually we should sit get the digestion process moving and allowing the free movement of the breath. And the hymn meditation of this one is very beautiful. We'll try to do it at the end. But in the in-journey questions, which are the reflective questions that we do together, there is the question on strength, which if you can choose to answer any one if you have time. What are my strengths and my unique abilities? That's a question that is reflective. And then what is my vision? Of which vision of the universe am I born in my present form? So if you could just, enlighten a little bit on what is my vision, because I think everyone will find it easy to write what are my strengths because they're individual. But when it comes to what is my vision, if you could just say a few sentences to tell us how to go about it.
Yes, it is. You read it in the first time you read the whole question completely, in which you said, not what is my vision, but the question is, of which vision of the universe is my vision a part of?
Yes, yes.
How, of which jigsaw puzzle my piece fits in?
Yeah.
Well, it's a as I said a long time ago in one of the videos that these questions cannot be answered by somebody else. It has to be answered by yourself to yourself. Only you will know. But one easy way to recognize it is, what is your birth gift? What is it? Gift that you are born with. Some people are born with a gift of painting. Some people are born with a gift of good voice. Some people have generally a gift of a good heart, of giving. You'll have to discover what is your gift. The gift that you have, that means you did not consciously earn it in this lifetime. It has just come with you. You were born with it. So that which you are born with, that gift, is the vision of the universe throbbing inside you, that gift. And your vision, if you can make a vision in which this gift will be given away, then your vision will become a part, it will connect with the vision of the universe. I'm using here again my most favorite statement from Pablo Picasso, who said, knowing your gift is the meaning of your life, giving it away is the purpose of your life.
100%. I think every single individual of our generation is, is kind of struggling eventually to find what is their true purpose. And like you said, that giving away your gift is the true purpose. And for me, my purpose is to love, and I give love, and I am living it every single day. And which is why I really particularly mark the hymn meditation you have of this verse, which I will quickly read, but still with love, because it is so beautiful. And we will end with that. And I'm just going to read it out, which says, I am the vision. I am the embodiment of inspired action to fulfill the vision of the universe. I fulfill a purpose and a need in each life that I touch. I am the abode of infinite strength of the universe. I am the intent of the universe to convey her message to the world. I am not just another drop in the ocean. I am the drop that makes the ocean. I am the drop that contains the ocean. I am the ocean. I am infinite, shoreless, boundless. I move ceaselessly, yet I am static as I hold the earth. And this was my affirmation for this morning. I'm being honest. And I also read it out to my godson, and we did it together. And, simply just slowly reading it, keeping awareness of your breath in this, where you are also understanding the vastness that is within you, and also the timidness which is within you, because the cosmos is so big. So that balance, it is such a beautiful feeling to read this in the morning as an affirmation. And the last part is my action point, which says, the purpose of this exercise is to gain access into the infinite reservoir of my strength. And among the many verses we have done, the hymn meditation of this one maybe resonated the most with me. And as we progress on this journey, everyone who is reading the Living Hanuman, and everyone who is going through verse by verse, will see that there will be points that will truly resonate with them, or will touch them from within. And, I am just grateful that we are on this journey together to get to understand the simplicities of the things that we have just known always. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, truly, for being here and guiding us through all this. See you soon.
See you.